Hi guys, it's Cindy Lietz, your Polymer Clay Tutor. In today's PCT product demo, you are going to see the new LC mini slicer from Lucy Clay Tools. Now this is a brand new product that they just launched. It's not even at all of the distributors yet, but we were lucky enough to have one sent to us, and I'm going to show you all about it. Now, we have talked about the Lucy Clay regular slicer before, and here's the mama here. She's a lot bigger than the mini slicer, and there are some differences, a few which I'm going to show you. One of the big differences is the price point, of course. Now this, with the current prices today, at time of filming, this mini slicer is $99 US funds, and the large regular one is $215 US dollars. So there's quite a difference there. And they have different benefits and different advantages. So first of all, the mini slicer, it's for slicing polymer clay canes. And the whole reason why we have all these slicer products coming out now is because people do have a bit of a tricky time trying to slice really even, perfectly straight slices by hand. Now, if you practice and practice and practice, you can do it by hand and you don't need a slicer, but these things just really help keep it straight, keep it even, and that's why everybody loves them so much. So I've got a couple slices here that I did of the mod cane that we did a little while ago in a video, and I've got a couple slices here that I did with the Lucy Clay mini slicer. This one here is 1/8 of an inch thick, and this one is 1 millimeter thick, and you can see it's perfectly even and straight and beautifully cut. Okay, so let me just show you a little bit about this machine. It is, okay, so the Lucy Clay stuff is really nice. It's really got, it's beautifully designed. It has that European look to it because they are made in the Czech Republic. And they have that, they come in a box that is, you usually have to assemble most of their products. And they're fairly easy to do. This one is made of a product called dye bond, which is a little bit similar to, the only way I can really describe it is sort of like cardboard, only it's not cardboard. So the pieces are all cut out of this material. Like I said, it's called dye bond. The center black part here is like a high density plastic, and then the outside layers are steel, painted steel. So they're really strong and durable. They have a really nice clean look to them, and all the pieces are kind of like this. They're like parts, and they would come flat in the box. There's a sliding base. You would probably have to put the sticker on. Mine already had its sticker on, but most of them will come with, you'll need to put your sticker on your sliding base. They all have this plastic film on it that needs to be peeled off. It's a protective film. And the parts here would have to be assembled. Now, this piece here would have been completely flat, and then you just would fold up the edges. The piece on the end here for the handle was more like a little butterfly wing, so those sides would have been folded up, and then you bolt it onto the blade. You snap all the pieces together. And the instructions are quite simple. They have them all here. They have them in the printout that they give you with the tool. The camera may or may not pick up the details very well because some of the printing is quite light. But the instructions are here on how to fold your pieces and assemble it all together. You can also go online at LucyClayTools.com, and they have some videos and that kind of thing to assemble these pieces. They have the videos also up on YouTube. So if you need help with that. Now, the simple is nice and clean. It's, the design is quite simple and nice and clean, easy to use. Now, the advantages to this machine are that it's small, it's a lot less expensive, so it's not using up a lot of your workspace. But the disadvantage is also that it's small. So it can do lots of the smaller canes, any of the smaller canes, but a larger cane, like even this winter sweater cane that we did back at Christmas time, this is just even too big to fit through. It's just too long and too wide. It's just about the right size, but not quite. So you're not going to be able to do really large canes or large slabs on this mini slicer. Well, another thing is a really long cane is obviously not going to fit within this window here. Doug and I were talking and we realized that if you really had a long cane, what you could do is you could slide this piece off here and then cut your cane, but you'd have to cut it backwards. Normally you would go the other direction, but you'd have to slice it backwards and go that way. I would always put it right back on though, because this is the piece that would keep everything nice and square. So you're going to want to make sure to keep that on there unless you need it for a longer cane. All right, so it's quite neat. I'm going to put a cane in here. Now the other thing is that it is all manual. The regular slicer has a little dial on the back that helps ease your cane forward and backwards. So it can be very, very precise. And also the larger unit has this back plate here that supports the back of your cane. The mini slicer doesn't have the back support thing. It just sits on the tray. You also have to kind of line it up and figure out where it's starting and then bring your blade down. Now, it has a little magnet here that will hold your blade up so that you can work underneath it without it falling down, which is a nice safety feature. And it also helps to pull that blade up against this back support piece, because you can kind of pull, there's a wiggle there. I'm not sure if I'm at the right angle for you, but you can see that there's wiggle here. So it's really important when you bring your blade down that you keep the blade up against this base here. Otherwise, you're going to have it not cut straight, and also it wouldn't fit down into this slot at the bottom, and it wouldn't come all the way down if you had it pulled away from the base here. Okay, so that's important. You're just going to want to keep it up against there when you go to cut. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just sort of, the first piece is always a little off because I got to figure out where the front is. I'm going to slide it ahead a little bit and then take my first piece, come right down, and it's always going to be a little bit off because you haven't got it your first cut. But then, now, the one way you can keep these things really accurate is by watching where the markings are on the base. And I'm going to use this front part here as my guide. And if this is my first slice now, I can just take a non-permanent pen. So something that's water-based. This is a Lumicolor non-permanent pen. And I'm just going to mark where my first area is, where I'm starting. And if I'm going to do millimeters, I could use this little guide here. This one here is the Imperial, so that one's going to be like 1/8 of an inch. But what we can do now, when I slide this up, I can move this forward and I can just use whatever guide. So if I'm going to move it, use the 1/8 of an inch, I'm going to just make sure that the next slice is moved up 1/8 of an inch, and then when I cut down, it's going to be exactly 1/8 of an inch thick. And same goes for the millimeter. If I want to just use the millimeter guide, I can see that. And then because we used a non-permanent pen, what we can do is just wipe that off with like a baby wipe or a damp cloth or something like that. So that's what I found as a good little trick for making sure that you have exactly the right same thickness every single time. All right, so you can see it's quite easy to use. The blade is super sharp, so be careful. It's simple, and It's a great little product. Now, of the two, if you're trying to decide which two you want, you're going to decide on what your use is. So if you are a commercial artist, someone like me who does a lot of larger canes, a lot of everything more on a larger scale, then you'll want to have the larger slicer. If you do just mostly small canes and small slabs, you don't have a lot of storage space, or your budget is a little smaller, then you may be interested in the LC mini slicer. All right, so like I said, they are available. Right now, they're only available on lucyclaytools.com, and they are going to start going out to the other distributors later. They said soon, so because this is just brand new launched. It's a beautiful product. I really like it. It's nicely made. So I hope you enjoyed that and that it was helpful for you. And if you have some products you'd like me to demo, if you've got techniques you'd like to learn more about, if there's something that you just don't understand, there is a pretty good chance we've already done a video on it because we've done a ton. So make sure to go through our channel and through our blog and see what we have already made and see if we can help you there. If not, you can leave a suggestion in the comment section below, and maybe we can make a video for you in the future. All right, so we'll see you next time, and bye for now.